So this is a perfect example of a piece telling me what it wants to be. So this morning I got a ton of lace, I got it all washed, and many of the pieces, the pieces of lace, they come in tablecloths like this. This is a tablecloth, right? So what I do is I fold it in half and I turn it into a caftan. Now, I don't do them in-house except for this style I will tend to do. This is called my Stevie sleeve. You can see this is like the simplest. It's just basically a seam on both sides. It's such an easy thing to make. I don't do the other ones. I have them sent out, my Barcelona sleeves, because they have a seam here. It's a different body. I have two other caftans that I do outside of this Stevie one. So this one happened to be this gorgeous piece of lace, and I also know that I'm preparing some things for a shoot for a photographer to take on location in Hawaii. So I had some ideas about, okay, I want him to do lace and what am I going to give him? And so in this case, I did the body and I cut it, and it's something similar, and I sewed it. So it's something similar to this, right? It's actually the same style, just a different lace. I put it on the mannequin getting ready to decide. Normally I cut it and I will do it as a wrap. And it's so pretty. I just thought I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to cut it. I don't even really want to cut a neckline because it's so pretty. So I noticed it was kind of a little big on the side. So I thought, well, maybe I can just put some leather there. Like, let's see what else I can do with this. So what's ended up happening is I cut the seam. It kind of told me what it wanted to be. I know that sounds crazy, but this happens to me a lot in here with my one-of-a-kind pieces. So I had sewn the seam up here. I had done that, and then over here I was just kind of playing with the leather. I knew I wanted to use brown leather, and then I thought, well, let's cut the seam that I just sewed, and let's do this. Let's let the leather sort of be the art here on top of this piece and be the accent. So I haven't actually I'm using the leather as, I'll show you close up in a sec. I'm using the leather as a piece to, so the leather is actually accenting this piece. You can see how pretty it is and why I don't want to cut it up. And I'm thinking she could have a bathing suit underneath. I'm also going to do hip pants. Like, this will be a great editorial piece unless I sell it first, which happens all the time. I'll show you the finished product in a sec. So here is my finished product, and you can see I did the brown on both sides. So, and I did it at the neckline because I didn't want to cut the piece. And so the question right here, this is a moment where you ask yourself a question as a designer. You know, you have to decide when to stop. Like, this is a piece. I could make it very artistic and I could do the brown lace around the sleeves. I could do the brown lace, brown leather in different places and make it a very artistic piece. You know, there's when is enough enough? And so for me, with the answer I'm giving myself right now is, you know, how much time, because I'm physically doing this piece. So how much time do I actually have to give this piece where I can still monetize on it? If it's something I'm selling. Now, if it's something I'm just doing for the shoot and I want something incredibly editorial, I'm willing to obviously time it out, put more time into it. This piece will sell either way. Whatever I do to it, this piece will sell. So I have to decide, am I cutting it short, or when is enough enough? And that is about your aesthetic. For me, I'm kind of feeling like it's enough. It's simple, it's beautiful, it's got this little sexy bit going on. I could do it around the sleeves, and I may do that looking at it, now that I'm looking at it through your eyes, it might be something I want to do, or I'm just not sure if it's enough. So I think I'm finished with it, but I might do the same just around the sleeves. And that's how something just comes from nothing. Like right now, as I'm looking at it, again, I'm looking at it through two different eyes. Is it an editorial piece that is going to cost more and I may have in the boutique longer, but this piece will sell other pieces? Or is it more of a simple piece that I want to sell this weekend? Good questions, and you decide. Well, I ended up adding it on the sleeves. You can see how pretty this looks in my boutique. Things always look prettier in a beautiful space.